Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, scientastic students.
Yon! Welcome to our science class.
Yes, Core 009, Physical Science. Congrats muna
Wow.
natin sila, ma'am.
Oo, congratulations dahil based sa results na nakita natin sa exam,
Yes.
napakabongga ng kanilang mga scores.
Job well done, mga anak.
Congratulations din sa'yo bilang isang teacher ng mathematics na nagtuturo ng science.
Oo nga, first time ko
Kaka-proud,
magturo ng
yes.
science, pero maraming salamat mga anak dahil kahit papaano, matataas po ang binigay yung score
Yeah.
sa ating examination.
Yes.
And because of that, shout out daw po sa
Ay.
11 UMS 5. Okay?
Wow. Hi, Yums 11-5.
Yes, ang advisor nila,
Grade 11
napakabait na si Ma'am Princess Desperos.
Oh.
Okay, so shout out sa lahat ng UMS 5 dyan sa Yupang Main.
Grade 11, Yums 5.
Okay.
Yan.
Our topic for today is all about Module
Module
11
11 na tayo, ang
kapatid.
bilis. It is all about describing acceleration and projectile motion.
Okay,
Wow.
let's do it.
Okay, for this certain topic, wow,
May
there's a
pabilit.
bird.
Yes, may pa-bird tayo.
Ayan, so yung image dyan, that's an example of acceleration. And for this topic, we have two objectives.
The first one is, of course, to identify the different types of acceleration.
Yes, and lastly is to explain the importance of projectile motion in some sports.
And because of that, wala nang
Patumpik-tumpik.
patumpik-tumpik pa.
Let's start.
Go. Ganda ng bird.
Ayan, una i-define muna natin ang acceleration. Okay, so when we say acceleration, it is a vector quantity that is defined as the rate at which an object changes its velocity. An object is accelerating if it is changing its velocity.
Taray nun. Values are always expressed in units of velocity all over time. Ma'am
Okay.
Tintin, typical acceleration units are always meter per hour, meter per seconds, pwede rin namang miles per hour, miles per seconds, or pwede rin namang kilometer per hour or kilometer per second.
Ayan, so ibig sabihin, mga ano yan, distance, tama ba?
Yes.
Okay. So, we
General
have
rule.
our general rule kapag acceleration ang pinag-uusapan natin. So, take note of this mga anak. If an object is slowing down, then its acceleration is in the opposite direction of its motion.
At lagi mo rin tatandaan, Ma'am Tintin, at mga students natin, velocity is also a vector quantity.
Yes.
It has magnitude and direction. Ibig sabihin nun, Ma'am Tintin, kapag ang isang bagay na gumagalaw ay biglang nag-iba ang bilis sa pagkilos o biglang nag-iba ng direction, then ang velocity ay nag-iiba din. And when
Okay.
there is a change in velocity, definitely there is an acceleration.
Ang linaw, ang linaw. So, ibig
linaw,
sabihin,
linaw.
kapag may galaw, may pagbabago ng direction, may pagbilis, may pagbagal, so on and so forth, doon natin may apply ang
acceleration. Okay? Punta ka na
Gusto
dun,
ko talaga
bird.
yung bird.
Oo, di ba gusto natin?
Oo.
Let's now move on to the
Okay,
types
we
of
have
acceleration.
3 different types of acceleration. First is positive acceleration,
Basa Tintin.
negative acceleration, or
And
ang
we
tinatawag
also-
nating deceleration.
And we also have the zero acceleration.
Okay, unahin natin si
Positive acceleration.
Okay. Positive acceleration when an object is speeding up. Take note with the word speeding up. The acceleration is in the same direction as the velocity.
What does it mean? Ibig sabihin nun, Ma'am Tintin,
Positive?
ibig sabihin positive ang acceleration kung ang bagay na gumagalaw ay
Ay
bumilis
biglang
ang
bumilis.
paggalaw.
Yes.
Let's say for example, ma'am, yung isang kotse, tumatakbo siya ng 20 meter per second.
Yes.
Okay? Tapos bigla siyang naging 30 meter or 30
Basta.
basta meter per second.
O di kaya yung
Since
ano,
ma'am lumabas ang kanyang takbo or bumilis ang kanyang takbo, there is a positive acceleration.
Parang yung pinakita natin sa may objectives kanina, yung
Pagbaba.
roller coaster,
Yes.
kapag pababa ka, sobrang bilis. Speeding yun. Example yun ng positive acceleration.
Next, of course, kapag pagkatapos ng positive, meron tayong tinatawag na negative acceleration. And take note, ma'am, tinatawag din natin sang deceleration.
So, kung kanina, speeding, Ito naman, when an object is slowing down, the acceleration is in the opposite direction as the velocity.
With that note, ma'am, ibig sabihin nun, kabaliktaran lamang siya ng positive acceleration.
Yeah.
So, kung kanina, ma'am, biglang tumaas o biglang bumilis, when we say negative, bumagal naman siya.
Oo.
Na-experience mo naman nakasakay ka, tapos biglang in-stop ka ng stoplight.
Oo.
Di ba
Ayan.
bumabagal yung takbo ng ano?
Tama.
That is an example of
Oo.
negative
Oo,
acceleration.
di kaya ipasok ulit natin yung sa roller coaster. Di ba pag paakyat ka,
Oo,
mabagal yun?
mabagal yun.
Pag paakyat ka, mabagal yun. Tapos pag pababa doon, biglang bibilis. So,
Okay.
positive and negative.
Paano
And
naman kag zero?
Last, madali lang yun.
Oo.
Zero from the word
Walang
itself.
galaw.
Walang galaw. Constant velocity.
Ibig sabihin nun, hindi siya bumibilis,
Oo.
hindi siya bumabagal.
Pag
Okay?
sinabing constant, hindi nagbabago.
Okay, so that is example of zero
Zero
acceleration.
acceleration.
Again, ulitin lang natin, ma'am. Positive acceleration,
Speeding up.
negative acceleration,
Slowing down.
then zero acceleration,
Constant.
velocity. At dahil dyan, magbibigay tayo ng mga halimbawa.
Ayan.
Okay.
Favorite ko to.
Favorite mo yan. Accelerating
Or not. So, you're going to identify if there is an acceleration or wala. Okay.
Let's say, for example,
Ay.
may paggalaw.
Ayan.
Halimbawa, ang coaching yan, ma'am, ay naglalakbay na may speed na 20 miles per second. Ang bilis na iyon ay hindi nagbago. Tingnan natin kung hindi nagbago. Hindi siya nagbago. Okay? It keeps on going with the same speed of 20 miles per second. The question is, Ma'am Tintin, may acceleration ba?
Accelerating or not?
Accelerating or not? Tingnan natin.
Ayan.
Okay, si Bird kasi nakita natin eh. Okay? Take note, guys, that if there is no change in speed and no change in direction, then definitely there is no acceleration. Ibig sabihin nun, Ma'am Tintin,
Walang pagbabago sa speed, walang change in direction, ibig sabihin walang acceleration.
galing-galing naman ang ating presentation. How about example number 2?
Ayun. Example number 2, gamitin natin yung same situation. Ayan. Next, same car traveled with the speed of 10 meter per second,
miles
but
ang ginamit
few
natin kanina.
minutes
Sige.
after, tumigil ito, gaining a speed of 0 meter per second.
Sige.
Ayan, kanina 10 meter, tapos bigla siyang nag-stop. Okay, the question is, may acceleration ba doon or wala?
Tingnan natin.
Yun, alamin natin. Meron nga ba? Ayan.
Okay, take note mga anak that when there is a change in speed but no change in direction, then there is
Acceleration.
acceleration.
Kasi based sa definition natin kanina,
May paggalaw.
pag may paggalaw, pag may pagbabago ng direction, may acceleration.
Ibig sabihin nun, ma'am, may paggalaw kasi sa kanyang speed.
Yes.
Maski hindi pa nagbago ang direction niya, ma'am, still
May
there is
acceleration
an
pa rin.
acceleration.
Yes.
Okay? Let's move on to our example number 3. Accelerating
Ay, nagpakita na yung isang
Nagpakita
car.
yung isang
I'm so
car.
sorry, na-excite siya.
Dapat niya yung una eh, okay? Okay, take note that this time a car with a speed of 10 miles per second ay lumiko papuntang kaliwa. Kung nakikita
Ayan,
naman natin, ma'am.
lumiko
siya papuntang kaliwa. Imagine natin na lumiko siya papuntang
lumiko
kaliwa.
siya papuntang kaliwa.
Nang hindi nagbabago ng bilis. Okay? Ng bilis o takbo. Hindi siya nagbabago. Say 10 miles per
10 yung takbo
second.
niya, 10 din
Okay,
dito
10
nung
miles
lumiko
per
siya.
second nung lumiko siya. Okay? In this example, the car changes its direction but maintains its speed.
May
Mayroon
acceleration?
bang acceleration?
O wala?
Yes or no?
Let's check.
Take note, Ma'am Tintin, that
Ayan. So, when there is no change in speed, but there is a change in direction, still, there is an acceleration.
Ibig sabihin nun, ma'am, maski pa hindi siya nag-change ng
Ng
kanyang
speed,
takbo o
pero
kanyang galaw,
nag-change ng
pero
direction.
nag-change na direction, still there is a change. Okay, still, meron tayong tinatawag na
Acceleration. I think
And
meron pang
lastly,
isa.
meron pang isa. Yan,
Ayan.
syempre mahal na mahal natin ang mga bata.
Boom.
Lastly, okay, a
Same
car
situation,
again
yes.
is traveling 10 miles per second, okay, turns left and changes its speed to 5 miles per second. Tingnan ko nga kung alam mo yan, positive or negative ang acceleration yan.
Bumagal siya.
Anong tawag doon?
Negative.
Negative.
Deceleration.
Bumagal siya. Okay? My question is, Ma'am Tintin, okay, is there is an acceleration? Is there acceleration? Okay.
Yun.
Take note that when both the speed and the
And the
direction
direction
changes, definitely there is an
acceleration.
acceleration.
So, ang strategy natin dyan, sir, kapag merong kahit isang nag-change,
Okay, acceleration
ibig
ka agad
sabihin,
yan.
meron siyang nangyaring acceleration.
Pero kung steady lang siya, ma'am,
Kung
okay,
steady lang siya, walang nangyaring speed, walang nangyaring liko, or
direction,
any directions, no
no
acceleration.
acceleration.
Yun ang kailangan nating tandaan.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope malinaw yun.
Pero let's have our computation.
Ayun.
A projectile motion. muna.
Projectile motion muna.
A projectile has a single force that acts upon it, the force of gravity. If there were any other force acting upon an object, then that object would not be a projectile. It is the curved motion of an object that is projected into the air by some means and continues in motion under the influence of gravity. The path followed by a projectile is a parabola and is called a trajectory.
Ito yon. So, projectile motion is a combination of vertical motion with constant acceleration, or yung
Free fall
tinatawag
siya.
nating free fall, and horizontal motion with constant velocity. So, ibig sabihin yan, sabi na banggit niya kanina sa sports, di ba? Ano ba yung mga sports na yun na meron tayong makikitang projectile motion? For example, hinagis mo yung bola. Sa volleyball ba? Di ba, papasa-pasa sa net? Kapag hinagis mo siya, bababa siya at magpo-form siya ng projectile motion.
So,
Ano ba yung mga yon? Badminton.
Yes.
Or kapag naghagis ka ng isang bagay sa taas ng building, pababa.
Okay.
Yun. So,
yun ang
it is
tinatawag
affected by
natin.
the gravity.
Okay. Projectile
Yun.
motion yung mga yon. And
Hindi ko na pinapalipad.
we have our formula, ma'am, in finding our acceleration.
Ayan.
Acceleration is always change in velocity all over change in time. In symbol, ganyan po yan.
Ayan. So, in symbol, acceleration is represented by this is equal to velocity, final velocity minus initial velocity
divided
all
by
over change in time. So, para mas maintindihan nila yung solving na part,
let's proceed on our examples.
Ayan, excited ka na ba, Ma'am Tintin?
Yes.
Pakitahan natin
Formulas.
pakitahan natin ng technique
Ayun.
ang mga scientific students. Okay? Let's have an example of problems involving acceleration, kapatid,
Yes.
Ma'am Tintin. Okay, so are you ready, guys? Okay? We all know that when we say acceleration, okay, that is equal to, sabi ko kanina, final velocity minus initial velocity all over time. Okay? So that is the formula in finding acceleration. I will repeat. A stands for acceleration, VF stands for final velocity, VI stands for initial velocity, and T here stands for time. May question kaya ito, Ma'am Tintin?
Yes. Paano naman, sir, kapag ang acceleration lang yan Paano pag yung hinahanap natin is time?
Time ang hinahanap natin.
Yeah.
Okay, gagawa natin ang paraan yan.
Derive
Using
natin.
derivation of formula, malalaman natin on how to find time. Kasi hindi naman lagi, Ma'am Tintin, na ang hinahanap lang natin ay acceleration. So let's, to find time, Ma'am Tintin, isulat natin ang ating original formula. This is our first formula.
Lagyan mo sa gilid. Acceleration ko naman dito.
Acceleration. Acceleration. Okay. Okay, write our formula, original formula. VF minus V1, VI all over T. Okay, you're asking me, ma'am, the formula in finding time. Take note, guys, that in every whole number, okay, or tinatawag natin in every variable, there is our imaginary denominator of 1. So, meron na tayong fraction versus fraction. Lagi nating tatandaan in mathematics, kapag fraction versus fraction, at when we derive formula, let's cross multiply. So, acceleration times time is equal to? Acceleration time is equal to 1 times VF minus VI. Siyempre, 1 yan. That's just copy. Final velocity minus initial velocity. Since time lang ang ating inarmamitin, let's divide both sides by?
T.
A.
Sorry.
Okay?
A.
So, mga natitira na ngayon mga anak is T is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity all over acceleration. Meron na tayo ngayon, kapatid, formula in
for
finding time.
time.
Nakakasunod po?
Yes na yes.
Okay? Since nakakasunod, ang question ko ngayon, paano naman kung hanapin natin ay final velocity?
Yes.
Okay? Again, let's proceed on our original formula. A is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity all over time. Okay? Let's have our imaginary denominator of 1. A times time is acceleration time is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity. Ang gusto nating hanapin ay ang final velocity.
Yes.
Okay? Since subtraction yun, Ma'am Tintin, ililipat natin si negative initial velocity doon sa kabila. Sabi ni mathematics, in every, okay, paglipat, ma'am, magpapalit
There is a
ng
change in
sign. Since negative, magiging positive. Meron tayo ngayong acceleration time from negative magiging positive, initial velocity, that is equal now to final velocity. This is our example or our formula in finding our final velocity. Velocity. Papakita ko
Meron na
lang.
tayong tatlo.
Meron na tayong tatlo. Gusto mo pa ba ng ano, ma'am? Ng initial velocity?
Same process din lang.
Pag initial velocity, mga anak ko, ililipat nyo lang ito.
Yung isa
Pakita ko
naman
na.
ililipat.
Pakita ko na lang. So, alam natin na meron tayong original formula ulit. Ito yung original formula, ma'am. Okay? Mag-cross multiply, magiging 80 is equal to VF minus VI. Since ang ating hanapin ay yung VI, ma'am, ililipat natin. Ang sign dito ni final velocity is positive. So, meron tayong 80 magiging negative VF is equal to negative VI. Natatapos na ba dyan? Hindi pa. Let's divide both sides by negative 1. Kasi meron siyang negative. Negative 1. Cancel yan. Ang natira ay initial velocity is equal to negative divided by positive. It will become negative 80 or negative acceleration times time. Then negative divided by negative. It will become positive final velocity. This is now our formula in finding initial velocity. Meron na tayong apat.
Yes.
Initial velocity. Again, this is our first formula, acceleration. Second formula, time. Our third formula, and our fourth formula. Maliwanag yun, Ma'am Tintin?
Super liwanag.
Let's now try to apply those formulas. Okay, Ma'am Tintin, will you please read problem number 1?
Ayan, so problem number 1, a car traveling north with a velocity of 35 meter seconds slows down to a velocity of 8 meter per second. Within 7 seconds, what is the car's acceleration?
Okay, take note that in every problem, mga anak, you need to understand it in order for you to get the correct answer.
Yes.
Based on our problem, ang hinahanap natin is acceleration. Because of the word what is the car's acceleration. We all know that our formula in finding acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity all over time. Therefore, kailangan nating i-label kung ano ang ang final velocity, ang initial velocity, at kung ano ang time natin sa given problem.
Yes.
Take note, Ma'am Tintin. Basahin natin ulit. A car traveling north with a velocity of 35 miles per second or meter per second, slows down to a velocity of 8 meter per second within 7 seconds. Okay, what is the car's acceleration? Okay, so our final velocity is what, Ma'am Tintin?
8
yes, 8
meter per second.
How about our initial?
Our initial is 35 meter per second.
35 meter per second. Question, paano ko nalaman ang initial is 35 meter per second?
Ayan.
Because sabi niya, nag-start siya mag-travel with the velocity of 35 miles or meter per second. Okay? And our time is, obviously, it's 7 seconds. Naintindihan, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, applying our formula, let's apply substitution. A now is equal to, anong BF natin?
8 meter
8
per second.
meter per second. Minus initial
35
velocity, 35 meter per seconds divided by, meron tayong 7 seconds. Nakakasunod po?
Yes.
Okay, using our calculator, 8 minus 35 is equal to negative 27 meter per second.
Yes.
Tama, ma'am? Minus.
All over.
Sorry, 7 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, let's now divide negative 27 all over 7. That is equal to what? Okay, so ma'am, ang standard is 2 digits right after the decimal point. That is equal to, sa calculator natin, negative 3.857. Okay, kukunin lang natin yung 2 digits. So magiging acceleration now is equal to negative 3.86. Take note that acceleration, ang kanyang magiging unit ay always meter per squared seconds. Gusto mong ipaliwanag ko ba kung bakit naging meter per
Sure,
squared
para
seconds?
maintindihan ng mga bata.
Take note, itong dalawa. Okay? Miles per second. Ganyan-ganyan ibig sabihin niya, ma'am?
Yes.
Divided by, yun na yun, second. Sabi ko kanina, lahat ng variable may imaginary denominator of 1. Cross multiply, okay? M times 1 is M.
Yes.
S times S is
S
squared. Kaya po siya naging meter per squared second.
Yes.
Do you have any question, ma'am?
None.
Okay, so the answer is negative 3.86. Naalala mo yung discussion natin ng acceleration?
Yes.
Meron tayong negative acceleration and
Positive
positive acceleration.
and zero
Sabi niya doon,
acceleration.
ma'am, kapag negative acceleration, merong pagbagal.
Slow down.
Oh, sa problem natin, sinabi niya, slow
Slows
down.
down.
That's why our answer is negative.
Yes.
Okay, that's super clear.
Yeah. Ayan, second problem na.
Oh, gusto ko naman basahin mo yan.
Sige. How long would it take Vince?
Sino yung
Ulitin ko
Vince?
How long
Huwag
would
mo ulit-ulitin yung Vince.
Sorry. How long would it take Vince with an acceleration of negative 5 meter per second squared to bring his bicycle with an initial velocity of 15 meter per second to a complete stop?
Oh. Isulat muna natin lahat ng component ng
Yes.
acceleration. Meron tayong acceleration dapat, meron din tayong final velocity, meron din tayong initial velocity, at meron din tayong time. Okay, next is to understand very carefully the problem. Analyze very carefully the problem. On our problem, okay, given acceleration, obviously.
Yes,
Because,
acceleration
yes, malalaman mo acceleration nan because of the
Unit.
okay? Meter per squared second. So our acceleration is negative 5
M.
meter per
Second
second.
squared.
Okay? 2, bring his bicycle with an initial velocity. So ibig sabihin, ma'am, meron tayong initial
Initial
velocity. Okay? Okay, meron ba tayong final velocity? Hindi muna nabanggit. Pero binanggit niya sa problem ang
Ang initial.
initial velocity. Our initial velocity is 15 meter per seconds. Okay? And, okay, sabi niya, ano sabi niya? To complete stop. Ay, sabi niya, how long? Okay, ibig sabihin ng how long, ma'am, ang hinahanap natin is time. So, this is question mark.
Yes.
Okay? Ano kaya ang ating final velocity?
May keyword dyan.
The keyword is, because of the word complete stop,
Yeah.
okay, it follows that our final velocity is 0 meter per squared seconds.
Yun.
Okay? Are we ready now?
Yes.
What is our formula in finding time? Okay, balikan natin, Ma'am Tintin. Our formula in finding time is what? Ito yon.
Ayan.
Yon. Our formula in finding time is time
Final velocity.
Minus initial velocity all over acceleration. So let's substitute. What is our VF? Our VF is 0 meter squared, okay? Minus meter per second squared minus initial velocity, which is 15 meter per second all over acceleration. Anong acceleration
Walang
natin?
squared po yun.
Ay, wala pang squared. Sorry guys. Because you can subtract that kapag meron siyang squared.
Ito pa po.
Wala siyang squared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry mga anak. What time is it? It's 11:30 in the evening. Okay? Pero patuloy tayo kasi mahal na mahal natin ang mga bata. So, divided by negative 5 miles per squared seconds.
Yes.
Tama na ba, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue. 0 minus 15.
Negative 15
Negative 15 meter per seconds. All over. Negative 5 meter per squared seconds. Okay? Negative 15 divided by negative 5. Obviously,
Negative
it's
times negative divided by
negative is positive 3. Okay? Meter divided by meter, cancel na yan. Okay? Seconds, all over yan. So, cancel yan.
Seconds times second, cancel
Seconds, okay, divided by squared seconds, okay?
Natirang isa.
Natirang isa, so magiging
Second.
3 seconds
Yun.
ang sagot.
So, ang time na hinahanap natin ay 3 seconds. So,
Para
it will take Vince to
3
have a
seconds.
complete stop at
3
3
seconds. Okay? Maliwanag, Ma'am Tintin?
Yes.
Okay.
Ayan.
Last example, ipupunta natin sila sa Japan.
Ayan.
Okay, go.
The elevator and the landmark tower in Yokohama, Japan are among the fastest in the world.
Wow.
They accelerate upward at 3 meter per second squared for 4 seconds to reach their final speed. If this elevator starts from the rest, what is their final speed?
Okay, so meron tayong acceleration.
Nahanap natin
Meron
ang
tayong final velocity.
Yes.
Meron tayong initial velocity.
And
meron
time.
tayong time. On our problem, alam natin na meron tayong acceleration, which is 3 meter per squared seconds. Okay? Final velocity, what is the final velocity, sabi ng problem, or final speed?
Question mark muna.
So, question mark mo
Wala.
si final. Okay? Time. Alam natin ang time na binigay niya is 4 seconds. Okay? Paano natin nalaman na ano ang ating initial velocity? Okay? This is equal to 0 meter per seconds. Bakit natin nalamang 0? Because of the word starts from the rest. Okay? Kaya siya naging
Naka-stop
0
siya, stagnant.
meter per second. Meron ba tayong formula in finding BF, ma'am?
Of course.
Okay, final velocity. Meron tayo. Dahil nag-derive na tayo kanina, alam natin na final velocity is equal to acceleration times time plus initial velocity. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. What is our acceleration?
3 meter per second squared.
Okay. Times. Anong time natin?
4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Yes.
Okay? Plus initial velocity
0
0
meter per second. Yun.
meter per second. Okay, so let's have our final answer. Take note, ang hinahanap natin is the final velocity. At alam natin, ma'am, kapag final velocity, ang always niyan na unit ay meter per seconds. Kasi meter per second ang given, okay? At dapat pareho po sila ng initial velocity. Velocity,
Yeah,
okay?
velocity.
3 times 4, obviously it's 12. So the final answer is 12 meter per seconds.
Ayun.
Thank you mga anak. That is our topic for Module 11. That is an example of the computation for acceleration.
Yes.
Okay, lagi niyong tatandaan na lahat yan ay kakayanin natin dahil lahat kayo ay #Scientastic.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye mga anak.
Good night.